Hello, welcome to the next instalment of Top Tips. I'm going to try and keep this down to 2 minutes. It's going to be really tricky because this is about children's behaviour, and I think that most of us could talk for hours and hours about this. So I'm going to try and keep it really short and bite-sized and do some real quick advice on what we could do to just keep children compliant with doing some work over the next couple of weeks, just to get them into a really good routine. I think the best place to start is by saying that the relationship between a child and a teacher is just extremely different between a child and a parent. I've been saying this for ages. I would not want to teach my child at school. I know how they react to when I try to get them to do homework. And this is slightly different, obviously, because we're going to need to get them to do something. So I've been trying to think about what it is we could have in place that could help this out. Now, tip number one helps by having a shared timetable and that goal at the end of the week, which we can all collaborate together with, so that we've got a general purpose for the week. How that breaks down for each of us is going to be very different, but that is the best starting point. So we've got the children on board. They know what the end goal is. Their daily activities are all set. They've had a say in that as well. So by and large, you've set the expectation. The children have bought into it, but there's going to be times when they still won't comply. What are we going to do in these moments? Now, the first thing is don't beat yourself up about it. This happens at school as well. It's definitely going to happen more at home because it's a much more comfortable environment for them, in that they're really safe, they're with you, who's their main caregiver. So there's going to be tricky times. Now, you've got two options. You can either go really harsh and make them sit down and do the work, which is going to put a strain on your relationship, particularly for the rest of that day. But also you've got the second option, which is just to be a bit more relaxed about it. Perhaps there's some negotiating to be done. Are you going to switch in some screen time at some point? Is there something that you can use a bargaining chip to get them back on board? So in the short term, having these bargaining chips can work wonders, but in the long term, it might not be such a good idea. What might happen if you did it every day for every single task, for example, is a child not wanting to do anything unless they get their screen time or their game time. So it's an idea just to start feeding in other activities. So learning opportunities with games like Pictionary, charades, Play-Doh games, or anything along those lines, really, where it kind of is like more incidental learning. Now, I want to do a video just on those kind of things, but this is another tool that you could use to get them back on board with more fun activities. Well, we're almost at 3 minutes for our 2-minute tips, so I'm going to end it there, and we haven't really spoken about most of the things that we probably want to speak about with children's behaviour. However, you might find that there are different challenges along the way, so please, as you work through each day, let me know if there's something that comes up that you're talking about with people you're connecting with, or just something comes up and it's a real burning desire to try and get to the bottom of. Please let me know. I'm happy to come back on and delve a bit deeper into children's behaviour. I'm going to be looking at some more activity-based stuff for the next few videos, things to do with English and maths, what's online that can help us out, as well as what the school's sending home for you. Look, take care. I'll speak to you all soon, and please leave comments. I'd love to do more if it's wanted, and please share with anybody who you think this might benefit. Speak to you soon.